Broadcasting live from the Newsmax studio in New York City, here is Steve Malzberg.
All right, folks, we welcome you back. And joining us now is Sal Russo, president and founder of the Tea Party Express. Sal, pleasure to talk to you, sir.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Well, it's my pleasure. Explain to me, and I want to make sure I'm hearing it right and reading it right, that you believe that that John Boehner and the Republicans should take up and pass some sort of immigration reform before the midterms?
Well, I mean, that's probably, that might be technically correct, but probably a little misleading. So let me state.
Okay, sure, go ahead. That's why you're here, yeah.
What I have said is I think the conservative Tea Party leaders in the Congress, in the House and Senate, ought to put together an alternative to what we commonly hear being discussed in terms of immigration reform. Even though the Tea Party Express, we focus pretty much on the pure economic issues in terms of the increasing size, costs, and intrusiveness of the federal government, we always say we like Tea Party members of Congress to be leaders. And my fear is that if conservatives don't lead, we have one of two choices. One is we have the current system, which basically is de facto amnesty, where people have a shiny magnet that attracts them to the United States. They get a job, health care, and education for their children. So the current system was totally broken and not effective. Or Republicans get ramrodded into buying into something like the Gang of Eight bill, which, perpetuates some of the same things that are wrong with our current law. So my thing is, let's get the Tea Party people and get people like Jeff Sessions out on front with a conservative alternative that will work a lot better for America's just interests.
Well, I mean, theoretically, that would be nice. But you'd have to have the Democrats that go along with that. You'd have to have a president who enforces the law. And they just released over 30,000 criminals awaiting deportation, murderers, rapists, etc., onto the streets. They've never built a fence. Not only this president, no president, they've never built the fence. All this has been required by law, and especially this president is basically saying, I'm waiting any day. He'll issue an executive order ending deportations. I mean, what good is passing any law if the president won't follow it?
Well, I totally agree with that. I mean, I think one of the things that makes conservatives so angry and frustrated is that we don't enforce the current immigration laws, and so people are just mad. But I'm saying, don't be mad. Let's come up with our solution, because the reality, I mean, here's the real truth. I think Barack Obama and the Democrats controlled the White House, the Senate, and the House all through 2009 and 2010,
and did nothing.
They did zip.
Right.
If they were serious about it, they would have done it. Then the Gang of Eight bill came up, and I think it was started, at least from the Republican perspective, as a good faith effort. Can we find some common ground? But when that bill got to the floor of the Senate, and almost every Republican amendment to that bill was defeated, it was clear to me that the Senate Democrats had no intention of sending over to the House of Representatives something that was workable. And so that bill languishes in the House and has, in my opinion, no shot of going anywhere. And fortunately for us, I think, the House leadership understands they're not going to send a comprehensive immigration bill to conference with that Gang of Eight bill.
Okay, so you're not.
That's why they've been talking about doing piecemeal and fixing little pieces of it as you go.
All right, Sal, so you I just want to, because we got a minute left, I just want to let you know the latest Gallup poll, when they're asked top 13 most important problems, even amongst Republicans, let's see, immigration reform is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Democrats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Independents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. So I mean, but also just to clarify, you wouldn't want Boehner to bring a bill to the floor that would need Democratic votes to pass, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
I said, yes, I'd like to see a bill this year, but I'd like to see tax cuts this year. I'd like to see the regulatory burdens eliminated.
Gotcha.
I appreciate that's not going to happen, but it doesn't mean I don't want it to happen.
I got you.
it's not going to happen, frankly, until Republicans control the Senate, in my opinion. And Barack Obama realizes that if he wants a legacy, he better deal with the Republican bill, not the Democratic
Well,
bill.
I don't think he cares about his legacy. Anyway, Sal, great to talk to you, sir. You cleared it all up. Thank you. Sal Russo, president and founder of Tea Party Express, on the Steve Malzberg Show. Oh, all right, folks. I always do that. What's been? We're coming right back, as you well know. But first, today's America's Moment. It takes a look back to D-Day. So stay tuned.